All right, head on over to Kevin right now. And Kevin, that's a nice shot behind you.
Yeah, little time lapse from today. We ended up with partly cloudy skies. Temperatures ended up in the mid to upper 90s in Salt Lake. But I want to show you how the night ended. As the clouds rolled in, it was kind of an overcast night, not really a very pretty sunset here in downtown Salt Lake. But other spots had a really nice sunset. One of them was Logan. Here's a look at this gorgeous shot in from Kate. Oh, the sky up in Cache Valley just lit up. It was beautiful, and it just seemed to stretch on and on. So, Kate, thanks for sending in the picture. I want to show you some of the wind gusts today. Windy Peak, 65-mile-per-hour gusts. Bryce Canyon, 62. The Marina at Great Salt Lake, 55. Black Ridge between Cedar and St. George, 53. Provo Canyon, 48. Santaquin, 46. Cedar City, 46. These are strong, strong winds up over the mountains. Big time kind of wind up on top of the Uintas. Bottom line, the winds, they're whipping. In advance of a cold front coming into northern Utah and in southern Utah, those are southern winds that are still coming ahead of that front. So temperatures still warm. 80 in Ogden, Salt Lake 82, 86 in Provo, 95 in St. George. That little frontal boundary, about an hour away, and it'll slide through Salt Lake likely just around midnight and then work its way through northern Utah tomorrow, bringing a temperature drop for the morning lows, and afternoon highs are going to be different. So the main low itself is north of us, and then this little boundary, that's a little front that's going to slip through. Now the moisture, it's all north of us, up into North Dakota and headed on through Montana. The low itself will never come into Utah, just that little southern tail of the frontal boundary. High pressure remains to the southeast, another big high out in the Pacific, and this overall pattern, it's conducive for bringing these little brush bys. It isn't real conducive to monsoonal storms being brought in or even storms out of the Pacific making their way through. So tonight, there goes that front. We'll wake up to sunny skies, and we'll continue to see mostly sunny skies during the day. The winds will come out of the north. We will see more clouds come in for Saturday into northern Utah, and then those push into central and even southern Utah by Sunday. But look what happens by Sunday night. Everyone across the state is dealing with a little northwesterly flow. That's going to move the fire. It's going to move the smoke. It's going to give us a little change, but it's temporary. By Monday, Tuesday, we flip it back to the south. We start to bring in the heat, and it all starts over again. So Delta tomorrow, how about 89 degrees and mostly sunny? Price will go to 92. Green River will go to 102. St. George, not much relief. 106 tomorrow under mostly sunny skies, and Moab will go to 103. 7-day forecast. St. George, I wish I had more of a spread here, but I don't. It actually goes from 103 to 107. We get 4 degrees over the next 7 days for highs. Breezy conditions through Sunday, and then we actually drop some of that wind a little bit. Northern forecast, 83 in Logan tomorrow, 85 in West Valley. Spanish Fork is still going to squeak out a 90, but Salt Lake City to Sandy still in the 80s. It looks like 70s for Park City and a morning low in the 50s. Here's your forecast for the Wasatch Front. 2 days in the 80s, still breezy tomorrow. We'll have mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, and then low 90s turn to upper 90s as we roll out of the weekend and into next week. So yes, we get the 80s for 2, but it definitely does not last very long, you two.
All right, Kevin, thanks for the hope, sort of, not really, but that's what we get.
It's something.
Yeah.
It's something.